The Angelic Conflict. From Darkness to Light by J.C. Ligar. Read for you by the author. I have often wondered if I could go back in time to the beginning, before the angelic fall and the casting out. If I once again had the choice to make, to serve God by being a servant to the humans, or rebel and go a-whoring after Lucifer, would I make the same choice again, knowing what I know now? Even knowing that I would fail in defeating the Almighty, and that I would one day be cast into the lake of fire. If I had to do it all over once again, would I? You're damn right I would. I am Planos, the fallen angel known as the Seducer. I am a demon. I am the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, and I despise humans. If I'm to go to hell for refusing to humble myself upon suppliant knees and serve these pathetic creatures, then I'll take as many of them to hell with me as I can, laughing as they burn with me. Such is my desire for the soul of J.C. Ligar. This whelp opened himself to demonic possession when he allowed hatred and unforgiveness to flood into his 10-year-old heart. And we entered and made our dwelling inside him, tormenting his mind. All this to the dismay of his once guardian angel, Hidekill. The poor fool mopes from afar, with wings which droop down with sorrow of heart, as he mutters useless prayers to the Lord for the salvation of this boy. Why does he care so much for these pathetic creatures? The pain in his eyes pleases me, and makes me want to inflict more cruel sufferings upon his little human pet. We demons drive him into isolation, depression, self-mutilation, and fits of rage. JC's mother was driving him to school one day, and he yelled out in anger, "I hate school! I hate the teachers and the kids too! Why do I have to go? It's not like I'm learning anything. It's too hard." Do your best and let God do the rest. Tell you what, stay in school, don't drink alcohol, stay away from drugs and cigarettes, and when you get old enough, I'll buy you a car, okay? Oh, come Really? Fine, you got a deal. Hey, Mom, I see an old woman hitchhiking. Run her over! That's 20 points! It was an innocent statement and gave me a chuckle. But to my disgust, his mother turned around to pick her up. Ugh, humans. They offered her a ride, and the old lady accepted. She sat in the back seat weeping. My name is Catherine Campion. If you could pray for me, I need help. I live alone in a big house, and it keeps getting broken into. I fear for my life. I don't know what to do. Oh, brother, cry me a river. I would have left her alone to die in despair. But JC's mother was a bleeding heart. She soon took the old woman into her home to rent a room. Now the boy has someone to watch over him while his mother was at work. Well, someone human anyway. He already had us. We're always watching. By the time he turned 13, he lost his sexual purity to his first little girlfriend. She was a beautiful redhead named Kim Carter. This 14-year-old seductress introduced him to porn. Oh, we've got to try that. Which would be a snare to him and a thorn in his flesh for the rest of his life. Oh, how I love sexual sin. That is the hook that will drag more souls to hell than any other. Not that sex is a sin. God is the one who created two naked humans in Eden and said, "Be fruitful and multiply." But God has placed a boundary around the sexual act and stated that it is to be between one man and one woman who are married. Anything else is called fornication and adultery, and that God will judge. My job as a demon is to twist and pervert sex in the eyes and hearts of humanity and get them to turn from God's plan and burn in their lust for anything else. I seduce humans to be fornicators, adulterers, homosexuals, prostitutes, rapists, child molesters, and I even cause some humans to degrade themselves with animals. Because of sexual promiscuity, billions of unborn baby humans have been torn to pieces in their mother's wombs through abortion. Oh, how Well, the demon Molech, throughout the 6,000 years of world history, has gotten drunk on the blood of the innocent. By the misuse of sex, we demons have spread disease throughout the world, and some of these STDs are fatal. These humans die a slow, painful death, waving their rainbow flags and demanding tolerance for abomination. Oh no! How reasonable that you had a cause to die for, like pride. One time, JC was having sex with Kim, and her stepfather walked in. He apologized and walked out, closing the door behind him. The guy caught his 14-year-old stepdaughter having sex in his house and did nothing? Come on! I'm a demon, and even I think that's messed up. As the years go by, relationships came and went. I make sure that JC's brain gets indoctrinated on a steady diet of porn, heavy metal music, and horror movies. His artwork was filled with dark, perverted sexual imagery. And as Proverb 23:7 says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Heavy metal rules. It's in my blood. He started dating a little wild child named Linda Leary. What drew his eye to her was a pentagram necklace with a fake human eye at its center. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Where did you get that? At the Psychic Eye Occult bookstore. I'll take you there. Come on. And that is how JC was drawn into the occult. He bought himself a satanic Bible and books on witchcraft, a demon necklace with a fake human eye, pentagram rings, and a Baphomet pendant, and a Ouija board. Soon he was in contact with the demon Therion. He is the familiar spirit over the occult. In high school, he would draw out a Ouija board design on a piece of paper and use a quarter with his finger on it to communicate with us, to the horror of his teachers and classmates. Ew, you're a devil worshiper. I think you're a sick, twisted freak. I'm gonna tell my boyfriend to kick your butt after school. You do that, bubble butt. And tell him, after I knock him out, I'm gonna pluck out one of his eyes and make a new ring out of it.
Bubble butt.
Bubble butt.
Bubbly bubble butt.
Okay, that's funny. For some reason, her boyfriend never showed up for the fight. I think they broke up soon after that. How does that old saying go? He's so full of it that his eyes were brown. JC lived for shock value. He loved the attention so much that he started to crave it. He was intoxicated with approbation lust. Oh, how he loved the looks of fear in the eyes of the kids around him. He now called himself by the nickname Maggot, which is appropriate, for he will be covered in maggots one day after he dies, and I drag his soul screaming into hell. For someone who looked so sinister, he attracted some normal and sweet-looking girlfriends. There was one girl in particular that he really wanted, Erin Byers. In order to get her, he turned to witchcraft. He performed a masturbation spell of lust using 2 candles shaped in human form with a lock of her hair. Touch of lust, turn to me, your body to mine, your lust to me, make you mine. At the climax of the spell, a demon was released to whisper into Erin's ear the name of JC and filled her heart and imagination with erotic thoughts of him. It's a simple enough trick. The spell worked, of course, and she soon moved in with him, only to discover the hidden candles. She immediately knew them for what they were and confronted him with them. So, you've got to use witchcraft to get me to sleep with you. That's pretty pathetic. You know, this is a form of rape. The blow to his ego was all it took to get JC to turn from using witchcraft. Their relationship lasted only until she got pregnant and moved out to have an abortion, staining their hands forever with innocent blood. Oh, Hetty Kill, how do you like your precious little human now? You pathetic cream puff. Instinctively, humans understand the God of the Bible to be holy, distinct from sin, and they hate him for it. If God were to remove all sexual restraint from humans and allow them to enjoy and indulge in their lust with no negative repercussions, then the whole world would worship him overnight. But that will never happen. God's holiness is part of his eternal attributes. It can't ever change. So humans turn to idolatry. They create a god in their own image, using their hands and their minds. And their god is sinful as they are. And as they worship their idols, we demons drink in their worship into ourselves like water. There was a Christian sharing his faith during JC's lunch break at school. He tried to hand JC a gospel track, which inspired him also to preach, but a very different message. Have you ever considered where you will spend eternity? Hey guys, if you follow his God, you can say goodbye to sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But in Satanism, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Whatever gives you pleasure, do it. Whosoever says thou shalt not, reject. Listen to him, my little evangelist for Satan. I was so proud of him that I had to wipe away a tear from my eye. Without intimidation, the Christian got in JC's face. I'm gonna paraphrase the Lord here, but what will it profit you, my friend, if you get to sleep with all the girls in the world, but die and go to hell, having lost your own soul? I live for pleasure now. I don't have time to worry about future punishment. Lust and sex is my nature. I could never change, nor do I want to. I see the sad expressions on the faces of Hidekill and the guardian angel of the Christian. I smile and wink at them. Hello, brothers! Lovely day, isn't it? They stare at me coldly and say not a word. Oh, brothers, where's the love?
And with that, we'll call that the end of part 1. Join me for part 2. God bless.